Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you for joining VyStar Credit Union's Fraud Awareness Webinar. My name is Chuck Meredith, Vice President of Enterprise Authentication and Fraud here at VyStar.
And I'm Detective April Cobb with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, assigned to the Economic Crimes Unit and a task force officer with the U.S. Secret Service. Today's session is focused on helping you protect your money and personal information while traveling, especially as we head into the busy summer travel season.
As travel increases, so do scams, and they're evolving quickly. Today's scams don't always look suspicious. They often appear as a convenience, like a quick QR code, a helpful text message, or a seamless booking experience.
Our goal is not to create fear, but to help you stay informed and aware. We want you to enjoy your trip with confidence, knowing what to look for and how to respond if needed.
Today we'll cover the travel-related scams that are targeting people right now, the red flags to look for in each of these scams, and how to protect yourself before, during, and after the trip, and how to safely dispose of the sensitive documents at VyStar's upcoming Shred to Protect Day in June.
It's important to remember, as we make you aware of travel scams, criminals use these same techniques all year long.
The biggest shift in their approach that we're seeing is the scammers and hackers are getting better and making these scams blend in with everyday interactions, especially when you're traveling, when you're moving quickly, juggling a lot at once, and more than likely to trust things that look familiar and routine.
A good example to start with is when you are booking your trip and making a reservation for a place to stay. Scammers are using artificial intelligence, or AI, to create fake listings, realistic photos, and convincing reviews for vacation home rentals. These are called AI-powered booking scams. Everything can look legitimate, but after you book, the confirmation never arrives, the host disappears, and you realize your payment went to a scammer instead of a real rental booking.
Here are some red flags to spot. They're AI-powered booking scams. The promotional ad or the landing page will include unrealistic prices. There is pressure to book quickly. They make requests for you to move communication or payment off the platform to complete the reservation. They require payments through transfer apps like Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, wire transfer, cryptocurrency, or gift cards instead of through a booking platform. Here's how to protect yourself. Only book through trusted platforms. Use a credit card whenever possible. Pay through a trusted platform. This helps ensure your money is going towards a real product or service, and it gives you protection, including the ability to dispute the charge if something goes wrong. Remember, if the deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
We know it's exciting when planning a trip, but it's also important to think about what you share on social media. Posting travel plans, locations, or even real-time updates may seem harmless, but scammers and criminals often monitor social platforms for exactly that kind of information. When you share details like when you are leaving, where you are staying, or how long you'll be gone, you may be giving someone a roadmap to target you. That information can be used to make scams feel more realistic. This is how smishing scams work. Smishing is when a scammer sends deceptive text messages that look like they're part of your travel plans. So when you receive a message about a canceled flight, a suspicious charge, an unpaid toll, or a hotel issue, it can seem far more believable because it lines up with details you have posted online. Oversharing can also reveal personal details, travel documents, or location data that criminals can use to impersonate you, target your accounts, or even attempt identity theft.
These smishing messages create urgency and often include a link. To resolve the fake urgent issue, they'll ask for your credit card details, passwords or verification codes, passport or booking information. Here is what can help you determine if it is a smishing scam and not a real issue with your travel plans. The link looks suspicious or unfamiliar. Pay attention to the grammar in the notification. The link will have misspellings or odd domains. You might see extra numbers or unusual endings in the URL. The URL doesn't match the company real website. Remember, legitimate companies will not ask for sensitive details through a random text.
Instead of clicking on the link they send you to, go directly to the official website or app. Call the airline or hotel directly. Remember, any time of the year, never call or click on the link provided. Always go directly to the official website or app. We can't stress this enough. Never share personal or payment information by text. No passwords, no credit card details, no verification codes like one-time passcodes or OTPs. Another scam that involves clicking on a fake link is called quishing. This scam has to do with an interaction you probably have on a regular basis using a QR code.
QR codes are a quick and convenient way to access a website without having to type in the internet address. These are becoming more common as businesses move to contactless options. You've probably come across them on a restaurant menu to pay a parking lot or a quick way to sign up for promotion. While traveling, you might encounter them more in places where you are in a hurry or expected to scan for a ride service, tour discounts, tourist maps, or guides.
But quishing occurs when scammers replace legitimate QR codes with fake ones. When these fake QR codes are scanned, they can send you to a fake payment page, capture your login credentials, or install malware on your device.
If you haven't heard the term malware before, it means malicious software designed to steal sensitive information or take control of your device.
Think of QR codes as a new phishing link where you click, go to a fake site, and give your information.
You only want to scan QR codes from trusted sources. So here's some red flags to look for to tell the difference. It could be fake if the QR code looks tampered with or looks like it's been taped over from another code. If the QR code takes you to an unfamiliar site you weren't expecting to go to. If the site asks you to download unfamiliar software onto your device. If the spelling of the URL address is incorrect, pay attention. It could be off just one letter or a single number. If you see any of these signs, do not click on the link or provide any personal or banking information. Verify the site is legitimate by finding the site's phone number or on the back of a card or the internet.
Another common risk is fake Wi-Fi networks. They try to look like free public Wi-Fi networks. This can happen at your favorite coffee shop or anywhere you might log on to use free Wi-Fi, but especially when you're traveling.
That's because the scammers know the places you will frequent while on vacation. For example, you might see something like free airport Wi-Fi or free hotel guest Wi-Fi. Scammers create fake Wi-Fi networks to capture your personal or banking information. This is often called an evil twin network. Their Wi-Fi might even have a stronger signal than the real one, so your device connects to theirs automatically instead of the legitimate network. Here's the risk. Once you join the fake network, all your internet activity runs through the hacker's system first. They basically sit in the middle between you and the internet. This is called a man-in-the-middle attack. Depending on how the attack is set up, hackers can read your emails, access your usernames and passwords, see your credit card or banking information. In some cases, scammers don't even need to create a fake network. If the connection isn't encrypted, they can intercept your information directly. This happens because people often connect to free Wi-Fi quickly without stopping to verify the network. And once you're connected, anyone else on the same public network may be able to access the information if it's not protected.
Here are some things to look out for. Be cautious if the free Wi-Fi asks for your email and password, phone number, credit card or payment information, if it has a login page that looks slightly off, if it has strange or multiple login screens, or if it has random pop-ups or redirects. These are signs of fake sign-in pages designed to steal credentials. Legitimate public Wi-Fi rarely requires sensitive details or hoops to jump through just to connect. It's also important to pay attention to your browser security warnings. It may send you messages like connection not secured, certification warnings, no lock icon in the address bar. Don't ignore these. It can mean someone is intercepting your connection.
Here are some steps you can take to stay protected. Never access your banking or financial apps on public Wi-Fi. Don't click on pop-ups to install software or grant access to your computer or phone. Even devices that seem like low risk, like a child's tablet, may still have saved payment information. So take a moment and remove stored cards when possible. If you're unsure about a Wi-Fi network, you can always confirm the official Wi-Fi name with the hotel or airport staff before connecting. And if you do need to get online while traveling, a safer way is to use your cellular data as a hotspot. It's more secure and harder to intercept. A hotspot is a way to share the internet from your phone to another device like a laptop or tablet. Think of it like this. Your phone already has an internet through your cellular data, and the hotspot lets your phone turn that into Wi-Fi that other devices can connect to. So your phone basically becomes a mini internet router you can carry anywhere. Most smartphones already have a hotspot feature built in. You just need to add it to your cellular data plan.
Another layer of protection that we suggest is to use a virtual private network, also called a VPN. Once you subscribe with a VPN provider and download the app, you just open the app and tap connect before you go online. From that point on, your internet activity is encrypted, making it much harder for someone to see or steal your personal information while you browse, shop, or check your accounts. Also, bring your own charging block and cable and avoid public charging stations since fake setups can capture data from your device.
We've covered how travel scams can show up through fake text or Wi-Fi risks, but card skimming is one of the most common types of fraud travelers face. Card skimming occurs when criminals install hidden devices on payment machines to capture your card information and PIN.
Travel creates the perfect environment for this type of fraud. You are using unfamiliar ATMs, gas pumps, and payment terminals. You may be in a hurry or distracted. You are more likely to trust what looks routine. Criminals take advantage of that. High traffic, lower supervision locations like ATMs, fuel pumps, and point-of-sale terminals are frequent targets for skimming devices. While traveling, you're more likely to encounter skimming at ATMs in airport, hotel, or tourist areas, gas station or roadside stops, retail terminals, or restaurants. These are all places where devices can be quickly installed and go unnoticed. Criminals will then capture your information and use it to create duplicate cards, make unauthorized purchases, and drain your account. Skimmers are often placed over real card readers, so anything that looks or feels off is a warning sign.
Here are some red flags to look for to avoid using these card skimmers. The slots feel wobbly when you insert your card. The card reader feels tight or harder to insert than usual. The reader sticks out more than the usual or it looks misaligned. The slot looks smaller or partially covered. It doesn't match the rest of the machine. There's glue, tape, or sticky residue around the card slot or keypad. There are broken or missing security seals. You see scratches or unusual wear. These are strong indicators that the machine may have been opened or altered.
Scammers sometimes install fake keypads to capture your PIN, so look out for keys that feel thicker, harder to press or raise. The keypad looks like it's sitting on top of another layer. The machine may also look different from others nearby. For example, one gas pump or ATM looks different from the rest. The reader or keypad doesn't match neighboring machines. It's in a high risk or low visibility location like standalone ATMs in the convenience store that don't have bank branding. The gas pump is located the farthest from the building. These are more common targets because they're easier to tamper with.
To reduce your risk, use tap to pay whenever possible. Inspect card readers before using them. Choose secure bank-branded ATMs that are in a highly trafficked or very visible area. Monitor your account activity regularly by checking your bank statements or logging to your online banking. Enable your text alerts for transaction notifications so you can see every time a purchase is made.
Whether you are clicking a link, scanning a QR code, or swiping your card, the scammer's goal is the same: to capture your information. That is why staying aware in every situation, both online and in person, is so important.
Remember, modern scams are built to feel easy and familiar while pressuring you to act quickly. Scammers rely on urgency and convenience to catch you off guard. Slow down, verify, and choose secure ways to pay.
It's a good idea to make the following safety steps part of your routine travel planning checklist. Set up transaction and account alerts and use strong passwords unique to each login along with multi-factor authentication. Alert your financial institutions to know your travel plans so they know to monitor suspicious activity. Save your financial institution's contact information. Learn how to lock or freeze your card. Keep copies of important documents, ID, and cards in a secure location. Store a backup credit or debit card separately from your wallet in case one is lost or stolen, so you have access to funds. A little preparation goes a long way to help you travel more securely and confidently.
Once your trip begins, the risks don't stop. They simply evolve. You may be relaxing, but you still can't let your guard down. Here are key tips to keep in mind throughout your journey. Be mindful of what information you share. Only provide what's necessary with anyone. Your phone is your lifeline. Secure it with biometric locks, enable tracking features, and avoid storing sensitive information when possible. If you feel unsure about a hotel booking or excursion, don't share room numbers, card details, or confirmation codes with anyone other than the verified staff, and when in doubt, call the location directly to confirm. If you suspect fraud, stop immediately. Don't share additional information. Secure your accounts and report the incident to the appropriate authorities. Remember, even a brief pause can prevent long-term damage to your finances, identity, and even safety. After your trip ends, stay vigilant. Fraud can surface even weeks later, so monitor your statements, update your passwords, and securely dispose of travel documents and other sensitive materials.
Before we wrap up this portion of the webinar, we want to answer a few questions we received from you. The first question is, how risky is it when a waiter takes your card away from the table? There is some risk because your card leaves your site, which creates an opportunity for someone to copy the information or misuse it. Restaurants are one of the few places where this still can happen, which is why it's important to stay aware.
Make sure to check the bill when it comes back, and you want to keep it in case the charge on your card doesn't match what you agreed to pay. This is also why setting up instant alerts is important, because you can see in real time what is charged to your card.
That said, most transactions are legitimate, but if you want to reduce risk, consider using tap to pay. Pay at the table when possible, or choosing a credit card over a debit card so you have added protection.
Is tap to pay safe, especially on phones or mobile devices? Yes, overall tap to pay is one of the safest ways to pay today. It uses encryption and a one-time code for each transaction, so your actual card number is not shared with the merchant. It also reduces risk because your card stays in your hand and you're not inserting it into a device that could have been tampered with.
That said, criminals are always coming up with new ways to scam, so what is safe today may not be safe tomorrow. Again, that's why monitoring your accounts is important. So if fraud is occurring, you can stop it quickly before too much damage is done.
What are financial institutions doing to prevent fraud? Today's webinar is an example of how law enforcement is working with financial institutions to protect the public against fraud by identifying the techniques criminals are using, sharing information with the public and financial institutions so they can take steps to protect themselves, and we can pursue criminals who use illegal means to steal identities and funds. Financial institutions like VyStar are using multiple layers of protection to stay ahead of fraud. This includes real-time monitoring to detect unusual activity, alerts to notify you quickly, along with tools like multi-factor authentication to verify your identity and member-controlled card controls, so you have more visibility and control over your accounts. VyStar also uses advanced technology to identify suspicious patterns and stop fraud before you're even aware of it. That includes dedicated fraud specialists who review suspicious activity to help catch issues early. At the same time, there are a few things only you control. Your passwords, PINs, account credentials should always remain private. VyStar will never ask for that information. One-time passcodes are only requested when you contact us directly, not through unexpected calls, text, or messages. Remember our saying, if you call me, I'll send an OTP. If I call you, there's no verify to do. And just as important as we're committed to ongoing education, from alerts and online tools to an in-person education seminars, emails, and webinars like this one. We want to make sure you have the information you need to recognize and avoid scams. Part of the fraud protection services we offer are free shred events. VyStar is hosting Shred to Protect Day on Saturday, June 6th from 9 a.m. till noon. This event offers a secure way to dispose of sensitive documents and reduce the risk of fraud and identity theft. Bring items such as bank statements, travel documents, financial records and tax returns, credit card bills, loan documents, utility bills, medical records, prescription labels, junk mail, expired IDs, and credit cards. We're partnering with local nonprofits to expand our reach and strengthen our community's impact. Participating VyStar branches include the Villages Wildwood, Gainesville, Tallahassee, Eagle Harbor, and Peachtree Corners. If you can't make it out on June 6th, there's still another opportunity to take part. VyStar is partnering with First Coast News in Jacksonville for a Shred to Protect event on June 16th from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at VyStar Ballpark in Parking Lot P. This is a convenient drive-through event where community members can safely dispose of sensitive documents and anything with personal information. We will also have VyStar fraud specialists on site to answer questions and share tips to help better protect yourself and your information. Shredding is a simple step that can help protect you from identity theft while also giving you peace of mind knowing your information is being handled securely.
As we wrap up today's discussion, we want to leave you with an important reminder. Fraud prevention is not just about reacting when something happens. It is about putting the protections in place and the simple steps you can take every day to stay secure.
Protection is the strongest when we work together. With the right tools, awareness, and a few simple habits, you can stay one step ahead of fraud. Thank you for joining us and taking steps to protect your financial well-being.
Wishing you a safe and scam-free travel season.